Hi, my name is Marin, and today I'm teaching you a bit about something called the Northwest Passage. As we all know, climate change and global warming have started to manifest themselves into serious physical changes worldwide, one of these places being the Arctic Sea. In simpler terms, the Arctic Sea is the North Pole Sea. Countries that all have physical access to this sea include Canada, Russia, the USA only through Alaska, Greenland, Iceland, and just barely Norway. Now, if we continue down our current rate of dangerously excessive carbon emissions, labeled as the RCP 8.5 scenario, no ice will be present in the Arctic by 2050. Now, even if we were to dramatically cut back on emissions, relatively known as the RCP 2.6 scenario, 2/3 of the ice that's in the Arctic currently is still expected to be gone by 2050. Now, as this ice continues to melt, ice slides and melts into the ocean, not only resulting in rising waters, it also opens up a passage off the eastern coast of Greenland, also between Europe and Asia, formerly known as the Northwestern Passage. Now, as we progress in warming due to climate change, the likelihood and reality of this new Northwest Passage becomes much more likely. However, this isn't the worst consequence we've had from climate change. Because of the specific location of this passage, it would allow shipping routes to pass through, which would drastically decrease shipping time and costs between the two continents. For an idea of just how drastically this additional passage would affect shipping routes, we'll compare it to well-known routes. Between Netherlands and Japan, there are 3 possible routes a shipping route can take. One of them being the Suez Canal, the shortest at 11,209 miles. The second, the Panama Canal, which is man-made in Central America at 12,250 miles. And finally, the Cape of Good Hope, which is 17,435 miles. However, the Northwestern Passage is a mere 5,618 miles long. Although this change seems like it needs more time to progress, it may start sooner than anticipated since warming has increased more than originally predicted. Instead, enough ice will be gone by 2025 that shipping routes could permanently readjust their routes to go through this passage. Because this is currently only 3 years away, developers, oil companies, and countries near the Arctic have began preparing for this change, as it's much needed since Canadian shipping traffic has tripled from 1990 to 2015. This retreating and melting ice has also begun to reveal something else: 31 billion barrels of much-needed oil and natural gas off of Greenland's eastern coast. As many of us currently know, humans have been looking for more locations with large amounts of oil to keep up with production of goods, transportation use, and because we've used up most of our available natural gas and oil, we are currently experiencing a major worldwide shortage of these valuable resources. Since learning this, the U.S. Geological Survey has predicted that the Arctic currently holds 13% of the world's recoverable oil and 30% of recoverable natural gas. Now, although this seems like a major problem that won't directly affect us as individuals, it does. Countries have begun arguing over the sovereignty of these waters, and there's more than just Canada and Russia involved. Because China is one of the world's biggest industrial producers, China is involved because of the noticeable reduction of shipping time, which could be great news for China's economy and production workforce. However, is more international conflict needed in today's climate, both figuratively and literally? We are already discussing the possibility of a third world war between Russia and Ukraine and various other countries, and now there's this additional international conflict. But don't worry, Russia's already resumed strategic bomber flights over the Arctic, increased its naval presence, and reopened 50 military posts that have been closed in the Arctic for nearly a century. Will we find a way to turn this passage into a present, or will it continue to be a problem? Only time will tell. Thank you.